I'm Jen, and I'm going to show you today a really easy way to quickly and safely trim your dog's nails. And today, to be our little model, is my mom's Chihuahua, and she is 16 and she hates having her nails trimmed. So it should be an interesting example. First of all, my first tip is secret weapon, peanut butter. Absolutely bring some peanut butter and a rag for your fingers. And secondly, make sure your clippers are sharp. So I got these clippers at the dollar store and they were $1. So I can easily afford to get a new pair every single time that I do their nails. That way they don't get dull. Dull clippers obviously don't cut. So when they don't cut, they crush. When they crush their nails, it hurts like having your finger slammed in a door. And it sputters their nails up into the quick, and it makes for a tragedy. And then they want nothing to do with it ever again. So make a little grab of this icy here, and we'll show you. And we're going to start by trimming their toenails the same way you trim a horse's feet. And it's mostly because it's more comfortable for the dog. You can see the tissuey, fleshy part of the nail, and then they're not watching you do it, which just builds anxiety. So I'm not going to call her right now to get her to come to me so I can trim her nails, because I know she hates it, so I don't want to associate her name with having it done. We'll just associate peanut butter with having it done. Because at 16, I think she's pretty set in how she feels about it. So this is Isis. She was named long before that it was a terrorist threat. She's named after the goddess Isis. And she's an adoptee. She came with the name anyways. She's a very good girl. She's such a love, and she snores. And she purrs. It's adorable. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn her around backwards. And when she's around backwards in the right direction for having her nails done, I'll give her some peanut butter. I'm going to put it in the roof of her mouth, kind of distract her for a second. I'm going to start with her back feet. So I'm just kind of holding her, kind of her face away, and holding her back foot up. I'm not curling her foot up because it's uncomfortable for him. Just so I can see, and hers are very long. And I hope you can see this. So I'm looking at hers are white, which is nice. But if they were black, I'd just be looking for the fleshy part. So the first thing I do, no matter what, is just take a tiny bit off. So I know exactly on hers where, because they're white. But if they were black, I'd just take a tiny bit off, and if it turned gray or a lighter color, that means it's dry and you can cut through it. Once you see a tiny pinprick of a dark spot, don't cut anymore. That means it's gotten to the quick, and that's the moist part, and they will scream. It will hurt. We don't want to hurt them. So hers are very overgrown. So her quicks have grown out. I can actually look at her toenails and see the quick where it comes down to. So I can see where to cut to. It's pretty overgrown, so I'm not going to get them very short. I'll have to trim them back this much this time. And then the quick will recede back up towards the toe. And then next time I can cut them a little shorter, because these are almost curled around her toes. And she has she's got 4. So I'm going to do both feet before I reward her. I'm not going to really talk to her. It's good to talk, even if you weren't doing a video. It just distracts them, makes them think that they're not the center of attention right now. So you don't want to sit and tell them how good they are the whole time, or baby talk them the whole time, because the more attention you put on this, the more their attention they're going to think it deserves. So you make a really big deal out of it, they're going to think it's a really big deal. You're talking to somebody like it's no big deal, just doing it, it's easier for them to blow it off. I'm also not going to make a huge deal when she's done. I'm just going to let her go and keep her turned backwards, because she only gets a reward while she's turned the way she gets her nails done. And give her a little more peanut butter. And tell her she's a good girl, but I'm not going to let her down. I don't want to reward, I don't believe in rewarding a dog ever at the end of their behavior. Like at the end of what you're asking them to do, you say, good girl, and then you let them down from it. So you're teaching your dog to always look forward to being released from whatever you're asking them to do so they can get rewarded. So you always want to, I reward them in the process of doing the thing. Just give her a second, a break, because she deserves it. I'm going to flip around and hopefully keep myself in the camera. Give her a little more peanut butter, because she's in the right position. She's turned around, and she can actually be very testy. She's not being, see, I can do this way. She's not being testy. She's not growling or acting ugly. So I've got her here. Make sure she's secure. I don't want her to feel uncomfortable. I'd rather her head be back behind, just because if she's watching, she's going to know when to throw a fit, when to cry. This way, it's less likely that she's going to gear up, amp up for it. If you're afraid of something and you got to walk towards it, looking at it the whole time, it's more likely that you're going to be more afraid as you get to it. Just close your eyes and get it over with. Sounds like marriage. Not my marriage. My marriage is awesome. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Both of my marriages. I'm an optimist. So I'm going to get up close to the camera and turn on the light. Show you these nails. So on her nails, you can see how much shorter these are, how really long these are. I want to show you the quick, so you can see right here just where the pink is. You don't want to go all the way to that pink because they're so long. You got to be hollow, and I'll explain it, hollow in there. So I just go about a millimeter, 2 millimeters before the quick. And even with these being brand new, her nails are so long, they're still cracking. I mean, they're not cracking up into the quick to hurt her, but that's why I think that $1 every time you do your dog's nails is not much of a price. So, turn her this way. I just kind of want to kind of cradle her. And give her a little reward. She is being very good. She really can protest when she wants to, and I'm very grateful for her good attitude. I know that I know where she came from. She was a rescue, and she had a rough life for quite a while, so most of her issues are deserved, well earned. She was overbred and kept in a very, very unsanitary small crate. A puppy mill. She's been with my mom, though, for, 6 years, and she's spoiled like crazy. So she's a very good girl, and she's all done. Again, I'm not going to reward her and by put her down. I'm going to reward her for being up here. She's still up here. Now, if you don't want to let her lick off your finger, use a spoon, or you could put it, on a collar if you wanted to. But, she's my girl, and I've been doing this for 10 years. I have no problem with dogs licking, unless they're licking me in the face, then I don't like it so much. Mostly because I know what else they like. Good girl. So, she's all done. And peanut butter's all done. Don't give them peanut butter after you're finished. I mean, for her, they only get peanut butter when they get their nails clipped. If it's an only thing, then it's a big deal. And I haven't really thought of another big deal that ever happens to them where they would need peanut butter. They're pretty spoiled. They get, definitely my mom's dogs. She doesn't listen to much I say. So they get leftovers every night and treats every morning. And again, it's 16, and she's got heart disease. She takes water pills, and I guess it's a very good time for her to be spoiled. However, while we're here, real quick, before we go, come here. I was doing something. Because of her diet, well, she was just stressed out too. So it could, on any other dog, it could be stress that her eyes are tearing like this and staining. I happen to know in this particular dog that that's dry, but not wet, and they're stained pretty bad. And it's has a lot to do with her diet. She eats great dog food. She eats Blue Buffalo dog food, but she never eats it because she eats so much human food and treats. So she has a very alkaline, very acidy system, just like we do if we don't eat well. If we are always eating to-go food or not enough vegetables, not keeping an alkaline base, the tears will start to stain like that. And it actually can start to grow. She can start to get a yeast problem too, which I would have seen in her feet. She doesn't have any yeast in her feet, in her skin. So, okay, well, that's it. And I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, I know those are little dogs. I will try to find a big dog and do the same thing, because it's kind of the same thing. You just kneel down and the same thing. I also will do a video. I've invented and I sell harnesses for trimming dogs' nails. It doesn't matter what dog on the planet, your nails you're doing with it, and you can do them in 5 minutes. Absolutely no hassle. No pain to the dog, no muzzle. You're not going to be hanging them from a doorway. So I'll do a video on that too, because this was my first video, and it has been a very long time coming. Or my first video with me in it. So, everybody have a great day, and keep up with your pets. They're the best friends you'll ever have. So, in order to be or get a good friend, you have to be a good friend. So, keep up that friendship.